Let there be peace and love. Welcome to Satsang. What will be heard in Satsang is exactly what we can hear in the wisdom books or from the mouth of wise men, except that it is not a copy, it is not a repetition, it is a spontaneous indication towards yourself that a few may not feel like realizing it. So in satsang, whatever is heard, from the one who comes, there must be a minimum of trust. When I say minimum, it should be total trust. But if there is still a talking mind, a talkative mind, a mind who has some confusion or doubts, it is the place to clarify, to clear it up, so that naturally the trust to the indication, which is unique after all, is totally swallowed up. Is you are not the body and you are not the mind. If the reaction of the mind still appears, or it's an old habit, or it looks like real, so I insist this has to be exposed, because it's the place to clear up what is mind after all. Maybe it is the nature of a ghost. It may be seen by some, but may not be real. So let's see if the talks of a ghost can be of importance, of reality, of real. So, what shall I say? That may take time to have total trust. And this is because the seeker or the person who searches has not been yet demystified as a simple concept one bases himself on. It's a simple concept. I am somebody that you don't even take when you go to sleep. Maybe you can really sleep well because you are devoid of even this concept. I am a person. So that may take some time, or not. Not to listen anymore to what appears. Because what appears looks like real, but is of unreal nature. It is not real. It comes and goes, changes all the time, is created infinitely and disappearing infinitely. So we always forget from where all this came from or disappears to. And that's one what one is. That's what cannot be touched, even felt or understood by the mind. And a mind loses its pride, its arrogance to own and to possess and to understand everything, when the owner of the mind himself goes back to its source and keep quiet there. So actually nobody lives or loses himself, his true nature. No one. It's only to believe in the mind that makes you believe you lost it. So for I don't know what to say, a split second, said my master, let's not touch the mind. Where are you then? Because you still are. What is it? So that's what you are. And keep quiet. Don't try to possess or know what it is. The moment one wants to know or understand or feel, it becomes something. That is the creation. So if it is clear, it can be quite simple. The direction, if still there as looking like coming and going, the direction from where all this coming and going is known. So I insist it's very important to understand that it is I, the owner, the doer, the seeker, the sense of a person, the sense of existence, which has to be questioned, because in fact it is not real as one thinks. Who wants coffee? You can share with my tray. I'm sure you love coffee. No?
Yeah, sure.
Yeah. But there is one cup, so you have to share.
Yes, I will.
This is for her, and you know.
Thank you.
Anyway, so if there is no question coming, not only circumstantially, because satsang offers some space for that also, you're very lucky. It must be that one knows then the direction from where I puts the question, and knowing that I has to go back to its source rather than having questions or no questions. If there is, and that you hear, you don't have to take care of it. Very good too. But make sure that maybe you still can ask a question We can see that together. And if the mind is too crowded, one has to start. Otherwise, the mind cannot hear about liberation. I would have liked to say a word about, because I read it lately, firmly established in oneself. I think you know that one. And then I understand it's a paradox. It's a paradox. Because one is always oneself, isn't it? One is always oneself. So, why to say firmly established in oneself? He is. He is never out of himself. And yet, the masters, they express that. Because you see, once one has given up the reality of its mind, he knows what is, he knows what it is. Knowing is not the proper word, I don't know what to say, but he got a glimpse, or even maybe more than that. But you see, firmly established is expressed for those who know the way back to themselves, knowing they never lose, and yet the force of habits are strong. Life is still very busy. So for them, they say, firmly establish yourself means love more, keep more quiet, or be more attracted more than not the attraction, but the way to be always agitated or busy by the mind. Be more quiet than busy. Even though one may know it is his mind who is busy. And there is something there. Because when the force of habits are still strong, there is still a risk. You never know. You know that story of Krishna. Krishna had best disciple, forgot the name. They can be unknown, the best disciples. So it is only him he allowed to accompany for a long journey. They were near a jungle and there was a river. And Krishna was very thirsty, and unusually he asked his disciple, because he was doing all himself, please could you fetch me some water? So the disciple, very, very serviceful, he went, took a pot, he went and put the pot in the water. In between even having water in the pot, he was the best disciple. What does it mean? That he starts to really fall in love. He knows the indication of the master. Yet, he goes there, the pot half on the way to fetch the water. 1 minute later, he was with his master full. But what happens? A thought came. Oh, he saw a woman. And he had a full life with this woman in his mind. I will not tell all the story, I'm not a good storyteller, but a full life, you know what it means. Even kids. And then there was a flood where they lived, and then they lost the house, the kids, the wife. And out of great pain and misery, he shivered and saw, oh, where I was, where am I? Takes the water, goes back to Krishna. You know, it happened in 1 minute. But this cycle can last also 10 years. Or up to the end of your life. We should never take a risk. We never know. So all that to say that whatever the master says, even if one knows, it may be a paradox. There is maybe some meaning to even express it. So as soon as one can, because there is, of course, one can live as he likes, but in his heart or in the source of his mind, he can always have a peep, an empty space for it. So that he always goes back from where everything rises. He knows that this is his natural nature, his natural no space. This is what it is.
Ganga?
Yes.
Before that you were talking about the power of habits and the way we can get caught in them very quick. When I start spending more time, even second or half second, in seeing the habit or in quietness, does that, even though the objective isn't to change habits or change the mind, but does that actually allow the habit change or weaken or become less strong? Without trying to do anything.
This we should have asked every wise man, because you know about habits, it's about changes, it's about the identity, it's about the personality. I don't know. I don't know. The habit of search disappeared, that is sure.
Okay, yeah.
The love for the self is growing, that is sure. The rest I don't know. But you see also it loses its value. Because if you know who you are, you will really, that is the point, not care about what appears.
one of my habits is that my mind's always in the future. Nearly.
Yeah, but this is the mind. It is a time. Now, if you go back again and again, whenever you have that fire of awareness,
Yeah.
to what is, which is yourself,
Yeah.
you will see it more obviously, you will see it better that you are not this future, or you will not get happiness from this future. It's just the habit of the mind because it appeared.
So the habit.
Now, sorry.
Sorry.
Now, the object of this future, is it so valuable? There is some more happiness or peace there? That you have to see, because then it means it's not yet crystal clear that the mind will never bring you something else than duality. So, changes, coming and going, pain and pleasures. Maybe the mind has not yet been stopped for a split second. Maybe on the way to go back to the source, you still land somewhere, because the mind appears quickly and you catch it, instead of saying, no, not now, not now. You can say that every now. You understand or not?
I do understand, yeah. I do understand.
But
My question,
Yeah, okay.
my question was that the mind going into the future, is that a habit?
yeah, of course.
Okay.
The mind is future, present of the time, and past.
Yeah,
This is mind.
yeah.
Plus, it's not only alone. Somebody who has got this mind.
Yeah. So it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter.
In fact, it doesn't matter. If you don't take care of that, it doesn't matter. If there is no meaning for you, oh, my mind went there and there, you see it, then what? You are not what you see. You are not what was not there before and appeared. You are not that. You are what never disappeared or never appeared. You know, you are that from where everything can appear or disappear. The rest is because this body-mind is still alive, the cells are still alive, that there is a dream attached to that.
Yeah.
There is this appearance attached to that. But as I say, every day, every night rather, generally, anyway, the time, we experience that we are not even this body-mind. We don't experience anything except deep sleep. Because I went to sleep, even though it becomes like latent, but as a seed, has not been questioned yet. So I will wake up, but otherwise it has already this experience. I'm not this body, not this mind. It doesn't even tell it. It doesn't even tell I am the self. Because all those words are only needed for I as an identity. Otherwise, who knows what's the self? Nobody can even know what is the self. But there is nobody enough arrogant. When I say arrogant, means with the concept of reality, to say, oh no, I'm the self, or no, I'm not the self. There is nobody there. That's why nobody knows what it is. And yet, it's no more question. That makes invaluable anything which will appear from it, even those doubts or those conviction or affirmation. So what I would do rather than to solve this question that I cannot solve like that, is that you go back more and more at the source. Don't try not to land before. For a split second, try not to land in a suggestion, on a suggestion of your mind, whatever it is. What?
There's no landing then, yeah?
There is no landing.
There's no landing.
Okay, that's why you can
Nowhere to go.
have a good laugh. Nowhere to go, yes. Yes. So where you, if you see yourself going somewhere, no, it is this identity, this I, that you had in the past as a person, who are, if you are somebody, you have to place yourself. It's impossible not to be placed somewhere. It's only the identity which is placed, or lands, or is directed in the past or the future. Only.
I get that.
Hey, you're lucky then!
I get that. Yeah,
Then love it more.
nothing to get.
Yeah, and then you can keep quiet, you can drop your search then.
Thank you.
Yet keep the company of those who say that, who loves that, you see? Don't take a risk. There is a beautiful article, I think, of Papaji, and it was Catherine Ingram who interviewed him in the beginning of his fame. It's called Plunge into Eternity. His last words, it's a beautiful article, if you like you can read it. His last word, it said, up to the last breath, be vigilant. Then, of course, the proud, knowledgeable pandit will say, oh, but you have no more to be vigilant. Be vigilant. Anyway. Fine. Janak, hi. You made a good round?
Good what?
Round.
Yeah. I make a round.
You made a round.
Dance, I don't know.
What you would express, tell me.
what am I doing?
I know you from where? I know you, no?
Yes,
From where?
Geneva.
Ah,
I was in Lyon.
yes, yes, yes. Yes, 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 I know more and more. How are you? Yeah. So did you make a new discovery?
You always discover something.
Yeah, but I mean for yourself.
Yes, I think I'm still stopping just at the point you explained just before.
Okay, okay.
Where you don't really, you get trapped.
Okay, okay, you feel that.
Yes,
Okay,
some point.
at some point. And do you see it? It's because there is some curiosity there. There is something which is attractive. That's why you go there.
It's the attraction is the need of understanding.
Yeah. Yeah, okay. But you see it
But
more, huh? You see it?
Yes,
Yes, okay. Great. So you are not what you see.
I'm not what I see, yes.
Yes. Yes.
When I see something, I'm not that.
Yes. Great. So you can just keep quiet from where you sit.
Okay, but at some point something comes back,
Yeah.
ideas comes back,
Okay,
an
but-
explanation.
Okay, but then you know that what comes back, it's you did very well because you said but it's the mind which takes over, yeah?
Yes,
It can take over because you are still very alive.
yes,
You don't need you are aware of that. You don't need to try not to have it.
yes, I see the mechanism. That's
You
the
see
idea.
the mechanism.
Yes.
So you are not the mechanism.
Yes.
You are what is aware of the
course.
mechanism.
Mm.
So you can keep quiet there a split second just so that will make the realization of what you are. To
Can you
remove.
just repeat it? I didn't really got the words, the point is.
You see the mechanism of
Yes.
the mind,
Yes.
isn't it? So that is the main point. It's demystifying the nature of reality of what you see, of the mechanism. It was an old belief, passed on an old belief. It's a mechanism. It appears, it disappears, and the mind, till you are alive in this body, will still do that.
Yes.
That you are free or not from the illusion.
Yes.
Okay? So, you are always yourself. What's aware of the mechanism that the mind rises, it's what you are.
Yes.
In order to make it realization and not only a knowledge or some practice, you give a split second to keep quiet there, not touching the mechanism even if it appears, and after, doesn't matter, you can see there is a mechanism, but then you demystify it naturally. Oh, it's my mind. And if circumstances need your mind to work, let it work. Where you will go back when you are busy with the mind and then it's finished. Where you go back, where you never left, where you were aware of the mechanism. Then something is aware that you are completely busy and identified with. Otherwise, how you know? And something is aware that it is finished. Then again you keep quiet where you never left, in that awareness, or in yourself. So in fact, you never move. It's only the mind which appears and disappears. Appears, busy, disappears. Only mind. You never are away from your own self. The confusion is gone. Confusion can go. But for that, again and again, just be aware that what is aware is your own self. And don't care about what the mind does or not. Split second, again and again. So that this is getting its own power rather than the mind. Anyway, anything rises, please you tell me. You are here for how long? 2-3 days? Or?
Yes.
Yeah, okay. So, if anything rises, even though it's from the mind, please ask. Because this is very important. Okay?
There's maybe one question which is not really connected, but which helps maybe my understanding. This is the point why all the masters say always it's important to realize that in this life.
Because we have only this life?
But what happens if I don't not realize?
Then you will continue to suffer maybe and to search?
But who suffers?
But that's the question. Actually, there is nobody who suffers. But you believe you are somebody, that's why you suffer. You're right. Who suffers? That's exactly what the master indicates.
Okay, but what happens if I die? After I die?
Yeah.
What happens then?
You die.
Who suffers? It's nothing.
Who knows?
Since also there is also an indication that you come back somewhere with...
Yeah, but you see, whatever comes back is the mind. So if you believe that you were a mind and a body...
Okay, I saw it,
yeah.
Okay, I got it.
Okay. That's why maybe one is fed up to have these cycles of incarnations.
Yes.
Actually, satsang is only for those. Because otherwise, enjoy the life and whatever. I mean, there is enough to offer. The life has enough to offer. But satsang is for those who are starting or completely fed up or really Now I want something substantial. What is it all about? You know? And then it may mean a lot.
Yes, okay. I try to understand it since I was rather small already.
Yeah.
I studied from the other side.
I know, but that's what I say. You are a seeker. But now you went quite far with your mind in seeking. Maybe that's why now maybe the satsang is attractive because there is a kind of direction you didn't know. Who seeks? Who is this seeker? You have seen that other direction. So dig in that direction rather now. You know? Anyway, it's your space, so make the best if you like. And you, Rafa?
Je ne peux pas l'expliquer en anglais. Je n'ai pas
Et
les
tu
mots.
veux dire quelque chose ou bien tu viens ou... Maybe we can translate in English. Thank you. If you want to. Si vous voulez dire quelque chose.
C'était juste... j'ai fait une investigation
Oui.
Did an investigation
sur ce qui suis-je.
about
Oui.
who am I.
Oui.
Donc,
So
je n'ai pas trouvé de
I didn't
réponse.
find an answer.
Mais ça c'est formidable.
It's
C'est une
wonderful.
magnifique réponse.
It's a magnificent answer.
Mais,
But
bien sûr, mais je ne vois que poussière.
I only see dust,
Et tout est fou.
and all is false.
Mais donc posez-vous la question qui
Non.
voit la
Ask the question,
poussière?
who is
c'est-
seeing the
bien
dust?
sûr.
Ok.
Ce
Exactly.
corps mental.
It's
ce
the mind and the
mental.
body. The mind and the
Bien
body.
sûr. Mais
Of course.
Oui, mais d'où vient ce jeu?
But from where
D'où
does
vient
the
ce
I
jeu
come?
qui voit la poussière
Who
et que
sees
tout est
the
faux?
dust
D'où
and that all
sort-il
is
celui-là?
quelque part.
false? From
Mais
where
il faut
does
aller
it come?
voir.
Somewhere.
Il
So
faut
you
aller
have to
voir.
go and see.
Justement, la question est là.
Exactly. The question is there.
Comment
How
dépasser
go beyond
ce qui a été vu?
that has been seen.
Qu'est-ce qui était vu? Que
What
tout est
has been
poussière
seen?
et faux?
That everything is
Que
false.
je ne suis pas ce corps mental.
That I'm not the body and the mind.
Pas du tout.
Not at
C'est
all.
parfait.
Mais
Perfect. But
voilà, comment continuer?
how to continue
En ne continuant pas.
or not continuing?
Reste tranquille. Je
Keep
comprends.
quiet. I
Mais il
understand.
faut le faire.
You have to do it.
Il faut le faire. You have to do it again and again. But not... pardon. Il faut le faire. Parce
You have to
que
do it.
tu comprends l'anglais.
Mais je peux pas
Ok.
le...
Oui,
te
mais est-ce que...
répondre.
Bon. Parce que si tu t'es arrêté quand même quelque part en posant la question qui suis-je,
You have stopped somewhere because you
parce que
asked the
tu as
question,
dit,
who am I?
je
You
n'ai
said,
pas de réponse.
I have no answer.
On n'a pas de réponse
On
dans
has
le
no
corps
answer
et le mental.
in the body and
D'accord.
the mind.
Ça, ok. La
Exactly.
réponse
The answer
sera
will be
quand tu laisses
when you leave
ce mental
this mind
avec tout ce qu'il découvre
with
et
everything
tout
that
ce
is
qu'il ne sait
discovered
pas
and doesn't know
derrière toi
behind you
pour te permettre de
to
poser la
allow
question,
yourself to ask the
mais
question,
d'où vient ce jeu
from where does the I
qui a
come?
vu? D'où
You saw.
vient-il?
From where does it come?
Et tu restes tranquille là.
And you keep
C'est
quiet
ça
there.
la réponse.
That is the answer.
Elle n'est pas mentale.
It's not a
Absolument.
mental answer.
Mais donc tu restes tranquille.
Keep quiet.
Donc il n'y a pas de direction,
There's no
on n'a
direction.
pas de question, mais comment?
No
Parce que
answer.
comment,
How?
c'est la récupération
Because
du
how
mental qui
is
veut
again the
savoir ce
mind
qui se
who wants
passe.
to know what happens.
Il faut le laisser, il
You have
faut
to
ne
leave
plus lui donner de pouvoir.
Don't give it any more power.
C'est ça la réponse.
This is
Mais
the
donc,
answer.
qui va rester tranquille?
Who will stay quiet?
Mais qui pose cette question?
Who asked this question?
Ben oui, toujours la même.
Mais oui, mais alors ne va pas
So,
dedans.
don't go into it.
Tu n'écoutes plus.
Don't listen.
C'est ça, rester tranquille.
This is
C'est
keep
pas
it quiet.
je reste
It's not I
tranquille.
keep quiet.
Il n'y a plus de je et
There is
donc
no I.
on reste tranquille.
So you keep quiet.
C'est ça, ne pas penser.
Not to
C'est
think.
ça.
Ne pas aller dans le mouvement de
Not
la
to go into
pensée.
movement
Je
of the
comprends.
thought.
Oui, mais non,
I
mais
understand,
fais-le.
But do
Mais
it.
fais-le. Alors tu honores ce que tu
Honor
comprends.
what you understand.
Parce que ce que tu fais maintenant, tu
What you do
comprends,
now,
mais puis tu
I understand,
boycottes
and you
ta
boycott yourself.
compréhension.
The
Tu
comprehension.
honores ce que tu comprends.
Honor what you understand.
C'est clair?
Is it
Ah oui,
clear?
oui, oui, tout à fait.
Formidable. Maintenant, puisque
Now.
vous êtes ici,
As you are here,
passe tellement de temps, s'il y a vraiment quelque chose d'important,
anything
dites-le.
important,
Parce qu'il faut
say it.
partir d'ici
you have to
tranquille.
go from here quiet.
Ok? But that's why you see you have to come for some time to satsang alive, because you understood, but for some reason one question was not looking like mind. So who will tell you this is mind? Why do you go there? Till you understood, don't go into your mind. So you see, you have to expose in satsang, because sometimes there is this in psychology, but I don't like the context, but it's a blind spot of the ego, of the basic pride, you see. So you cannot see it. So somebody has to say, what's that? Huh? Okay? Very good. You're the same. You look the same. Huh?
It's as if I never left. Yeah, very happy to be here.
Yeah, us too. Have you been lost?
No, I couldn't.
You could not be lost. I love it. You wanted very much, but you could not be lost.
It kept me through the hardships I had over there. Yeah.
So to have a good holiday here. Hello. We are new to each other? No. We have seen, huh?
We've seen once.
Yeah.
At least,
Huh? Good. Okay.
Natalie.
Yeah, right. You were, yeah, see.
Yeah, I was.
Yeah, I know. It's new to you?
Yes, well, they
Okay.
told me about it.
If anything you like to ask, please do.
Ganga,
Yeah, yes.
it often seems that there must be a struggle to keep quiet the way you've shown me. This must also be a concept, though, right?
It is as much as a concept than to be somebody. Sure. And if you believe in that concept, then you will be fed up with the effort.
But something also doesn't want to maybe expose that or see that that's what all it is, that it's a belief.
What?
That there must be a struggle. There must be some belief that this must be this way.
But you know, yeah, maybe, because you see, and also, did you ask who feels so? Who is feeling so?
I ask,
Yeah, and then what?
there's a strong feeling that comes that's like a struggle.
Yeah, but you don't go there. You don't go there. Otherwise, you don't ask a question. So don't go there. Then tell me next. Never forget that you are yourself. But one who is so attached to its identity that he finds it difficult to disappear, as it has never been anyway. He will find many excuses just to go back from where he comes.
When I inquire
Yeah.
and seek to go upstream against the stream, this is when something presents this struggle.
Yeah,
to
of course it will. Don't forget the image. You enter the park of the king. When you start to inquire, this image is very good. Means that park was closed, you are still in the world. But now you start the upstream direction. The gates of that park of the king is open. Now, what do you see in that park before meeting the king? Landings. Many, many suggestions and things which you are attached to, or your desires, or your beliefs. What the king say. Okay, since you think there is a distance with me, you may look here and there, but don't forget to go to me. So, not to forget to go to him, better, you may look here and there because of habits, don't stop there. Don't land, don't go into any suggestions. Because they will be your utmost good desires and attachments and beliefs which will come up. The most intimate ones, the most deep, the most what kept your sense of existence as somebody. Understand? Ah, good. Good. So don't be surprised this happens. Just don't go there.
There must be some deep belief that I don't see because the mind is quiet. The feeling is strong.
Yeah, but the feeling is a suggestion of your body-mind, a feeling. So why do you look at the feeling? Even why do you look if your mind is quiet? These are landings, you see. I call that landing. You bite the cake, but then you are caught.
The mind understands and it wants to make an excuse and say, but it's so hard.
It will always make an excuse. I am not worthy, it's so hard later, I'm not ripe enough, I am too young, my personal life I need to fulfill. I mean, that's what I say. All the most intimate desires and attachment will appear then. This is the park of the king. But why you made this search, why you come to satsang? To meet the king, to meet your own self, which was never away. That park is also an illusion. You see? Very good.
Thank you.
Keep quiet. Quiet there. Again, keep quiet. Again, keep quiet. Whenever you make self-inquiry. The self takes care of you. Don't worry. But you have to let the self work on you to remove that concept of identity. It's not the identity which will remove the concept of identity. It's what is. Yeah.
I've realised there's nothing to do, okay? I've got this, right? But being vigilant is that kind of a doing.
Why should one be vigilant? Only when there is still a risk with coming and going which looks like still a bit attractive. Otherwise it doesn't mean anything. I agree. I agree. If there is a shade of eye goes back to its source. Still he sees things. He's disappearing. Still he sees things. What does it mean?
Yeah. Sure.
Let it be vigilant not to be caught and go quietly back from where it comes, which is anyway illusory story. But since one thinks he is in the illusion, he has to do that. At least so that, as I said to Ian, the self itself, what you are really, takes care, works on this so-called illusion, removing the concept of reality, but for that it needs a split second of space. Otherwise the identity is in time, it looks continuous, it just looks like, because any scientific man would say it's even time is not continuous. But it's all this illusion is only looks like, you see. It looks like the sun is no more there. We say, oh, there is no sun. It's just a cloud in front of the sun. The sun is always there. All our even daily life is full of lies. Everybody understands, but we speak lies. You see? So, just to say what? That the self will take care. If there is nobody vigilant, don't worry, there will be nobody, no vigilance. If there is still someone, even the shade of it, it's very important to be vigilant, be aware. Just, I don't go there. That's all. That's all. And that itself will disappear. But don't do it too early. You know that people, they have one glimpse in their life and they go to teach. Don't you think it's too early? It is way too early. So let's not be like that. Let's be firmly established in oneself. For that we may need some time to be vigilant, and sometimes not. Yes. One glimpse out of the blue makes you believe this is done. Crack, you teach. What you will teach? Similar, looking like the truth. It's impossible. You need a solid background, abiding in yourself, even though the self is always there. So you see, just to explain a bit more, when one speaks of surrender, or the mind surrender, that word will be used only when it will be radically so, you see. Before that, the mind has attempts of surrenders. Still, you know, okay, yeah, there's some wavering, but keeping quiet will help not to believe in those movements. You understand?
It's really to nearly question every spot that my mind tries to land that has got that.
Yeah, why not?
Yeah.
You make your life a satsang, why not? Only like this, you know, only those who really want to realize this life, they have to do that. Of course, otherwise, then what? The illusions, as the magic of this illusion, you see, is supported by all the universe. And we are upstream. Yeah, I don't know.
Mostly I read or heard, you're not the body, you're not what you can see.
Yeah.
But okay, so I read something and must be also everything is coming from that.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
in a way, it's, you can say it's not, you're not that, but you could say
I am that. Yeah, but you see, you have first to remove what is too much to be able to see. That is the realization. Everything is that. That's why they said no two. It's Advaita. There is not two. They don't say one. They just say not two. Because there is no two. There is nothing apart from the self. But you cannot start as somebody to start to say all is that. You will. It doesn't work. You have to first see from where I come from. So nothing is that. Nothing is nothing. All what the senses, the mind can grasp, it is not it. Even the owner of this mind, it's not it. In order to realize all is that. Yeah. You understand? It's a
yes, I understand. I'm just saying because I think even before Satsang I started to, you know, like and sometimes I wonder if maybe I disassociate in a wrong, like make a separation between life and self.
yeah, but you see, it is the concern of whom? Really, it's a question, because that's why I say you have to get the fire for freedom as priority. Because if you have priority, yes, but I also keep the life, or there is a problem because there is a differentiation and all that. These are the doubts which boycott the one pointed fire for freedom. You will never liberate yourself if you have those doubts or those arguments which come from somebody with a mind. You see, all those things, and to answer also, there was a teaching which was always telling, celebration, celebrate the life and all that. Very good. If all is the self, of course it's a celebration. But what is wrong is to celebrate before. As somebody, then you have to reject. First reject, and then the realization itself will englobe everything. First reject. You have to reject you believe you are somebody. So the life of whom? Of somebody. And that's why one suffers. Is it answered?
Yes.
We could pass to some other. There are many, huh? Oh la la. Oh, the full school now. Welcome to Satsang. So Satsang is there, introduced in the life as one introduces games, beach, schools, and so on. There is also a place for Satsang, just to remind oneself that when I say I, it always means I am a boy, I am a girl, I am from this country, I'm from that country, I have this quality, I have this defect. So we always give qualities, something around I. So know that it's only an expression of what you really are. And what you really are, you always are it. While your body-mind, with those qualities, they go on changing. So in satsang, it's to remind oneself of our true nature, what you really are. So that all the sufferings and the pleasures of life don't become a drama. They just go and come and go. So we close the eyes. So you just keep quiet because you always are that from where everything rises, including this I am somebody. So keep quiet. And when the mind presents something, you don't go there just for a split moment. Very good. Very good. Wow, there is a real special. Sorry. From where did? No. Must be you. No, somewhere. Oh, but they are not enough.
More.
There are more. Oh, yeah. Fantastic. Wow. I will explain.
It's 10 altogether.
This peanut belongs to who likes peanuts? Monkeys. This is I am somebody. A monkey. Monkeys. Monkey kind. Type. It's no. I jump from one thing to another. And this is your own self. Le.
Thank you.
Le. Le.
Yeah.
Oops.
Thank you. Thank you.
Oh, you are alone. Ah no, with the baby. Attends. Voilà. Ah. Oh. Ah, wait. We make something. This I don't know. The mother has to decide. I will not. So the smallest. Oh.
Ganga, there's one more coming.
Wow,
Apricot.
coming. And that's for it. Ah no.
One more apricot.
Ah. Oh. Okay, thank you.
Use a glass.
Ah yeah. Can use the glass. Yeah. She was really pretty.
Oh yeah.
Okay. What's the time?
Ganga.
Yeah,
I have
please.
one more question. Today, we begin to see something that I'm not the mind. There's nothing to grasp at all, nothing to get. But now there's fear coming up, trying to
It's the mind.
yeah,
It's the mind. Don't go there.
grab that.
Don't go there.
Yeah,
Leave it.
yeah. Afraid to lose it.
Leave the fear. Don't go there. Don't. It's okay. It's like this, but don't go.
Yeah.
Where is it now?
Here's my body.
It left you?
Yeah.
Okay.
I feel that I'm lost more than ever.
That's what I saw. That's what I say. Where did you go? You made a good turn. Where are you now then? It's past. Where are you now? You came to satsang, so what does it mean? You come back to?
Myself.
Nothing happened.
Why am I?
Nothing happened.
but I come back to this pain.
It's the past, it's the mind.
It is such a strong.
It is strong, and then what? The self is stronger. Unless you want to maintain it. Why you want to maintain it?
Oh, that's a good question.
Yeah. Yeah.
Because it gives me a sense of attachment of my...
Yes, that's what I said. I asked to live, to have the sense of existence with something, you know, with something.
So strong.
The sense of belief, the sense of I is very strong. It has been trusted for, as I said, the whole world believes so, and you believe the world from very small age.
But how this glimpse can be... My attachments look more strong than the glimpse.
Because you are attached. You still don't want to give it up. Maybe 1 second is okay, but you know that after that second I go back. Like going for sleep. You are okay to sleep deeply because you know you will wake up. And those who have fear not to wake up if they go to sleep, they never sleep. So, you are attached to the past. The past is suffering.
I use the face of the last one to attach myself.
Of course, you will lose all the tricks not to forget. If you want to live in a wise way, you have to leave the things which left you anyway. You have to leave them from your mind and emotions. How come? For I, as an identity, it's not possible. You have to go back to the source of this I. Or don't come to satsang. Live as everybody in this world, grieving for the past ones, or grieving for the future ones, always grieving and grieving. You can always, and you will, have a loving, most loving thought for some images, some photos, some dear ones of the past, but don't fool yourself. It was a personal history. It's wiser, it's the wise thing to finally, it's a birthright to realize myself now. She left me for this. You understand?
Yeah, I understand the
Okay,
challenge.
okay, good.
When I know it's a question of life and death, I cannot
Yes, I know.
come back anymore to satsang. Is satsang or dying?
Yes, it's your choice. Huh? Your choice. For that, you see, you have to be in satsang a bit longer. When those strong events come, you have to be wise, at least stay some time. Otherwise, if you go back always to your circumstances of the past, you are not helped. The proof. It's a choice. Otherwise, you will not make it. The fire for freedom is uncompromising. To be successful, it is uncompromising. You have to know that. Okay. She's in peace. She would not be very happy to see you like this. Now it's your time to be in peace. Yes, it's your turn.
Thank you.
Satsang is to remind oneself.
Thank you to you without pity.
Yeah, no, I have no pity.
I love him without pity.
Thank you very much.